Yeah, where were you, what was it, 3-4 years ago with Colin Kaepernick? You left him out to dry. Welcome back everyone, my name's Max, this is The Rap Sheet, and if you're new to this channel, think about pressing that subscribe button. Today we're taking a look at Eminem. Now this one is Untouchable. This is from the Revival album. I've heard the Revival album. The Revival album. I've heard this album. If I'm being completely honest with you, I heard it once through. There was a couple of tracks I liked, a fair few I didn't like. But again, I only had a one-time listen to it, so we're going to delve into it and see what we can see from this one. So let's just get into this one.
We ain't gonna lie to you. Black boy, we don't like the sight of you. Pull up on the side of you with the Boger profile. Then we wonder why we see the side of you. Probably coming.
You fit the profile. Roll the window down, we see a black guy, you fit the profile.
We can let you slide, but your tail light is blue. We know you're hiding that hidey clue on you. Another drug charge holding it back inside for you. Just in case the chase might us, so we got the try to do pistol to right it through. We'd be delighted to unload it in your back and walk up and lay a taser on the side of you. Fucked up, what the fuck?
Put the bullets in, they say put the bullets in the back of you and they lay the taser to the side of you. Now, forgive me because I can't remember the guy's name, but there's that, I'm sure there's that footage of the policeman in, I don't know if it's a park or somewhere, but the guy's filming through like a couple of trees and they're kind of wrestling. He runs off, he gets shot like 8, 9, 10 times in the back whilst running away. And the guy carries on filming and you see him run away, get the taser and come and place it next to him. Now, that's planting evidence and I'm pretty sure he got done for that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure he did because it's all caught on camera. But I'm guessing that's the kind of that's the thing it's related to, that specific video.
We'd be delighted to unload it in your back and walk up and lay a taser on the side of you. Fucked up, what the fuck am I to do? I keep telling myself, keep doing like you're doing. No matter how many lives you're ruined, it's for the red, white, and blue. Time to go fight it, doing it, split his head right in two. No one's ever indicted you. Why? Cause you're a black boy, you're a rock star.
With any song, I find it very hard not to nod my head to, but that's not going to take away from what this content matter is. I'm just nodding my head because it's a natural reaction to do with a beat, but this is more than a song.
Black boy, in your cop car. Black boy, you're untouchable. Nobody can tell me shit 'cause I'm a black boy, we don't get your culture in. We don't care what our government's done to fuck you over, man. Don't tell us your attitudes are a result of that. Roll the gas when you get the chip on your shoulder and why you kicking that soda can? Pull your pants up, we got the rubber band. Throw your ass in the band car. You don't have to know our plans or what our intentions are. Our guns are close to our chest, you better show your hands and put our minds more in.
Cards close to the chest, we better show your hands, or the hands you dealt. A little play on cards there, but also that the police don't have to tell you what their intentions are. We don't have to tell you what we're after. Just do as we say.
Easy to shine the five boys, comply or die boy. We're fighting the crime war, here come the swine. Trying to clean up the streets from all these minorities. That's what we call them pigsties for. They're like eyesores, the police. Talk too much, you're just a piece of trash. Feels like we're stuck in a time warp to me. As I kick these backs and get these mixed reactions. As this beat back spins, it's like we're drifting back into the 60s. Having black skin is risky, cause this keeps happening. Throughout history, African Americans have been treated like shit, and I admit there have been times where it's been embarrassing.
To be a white boy. There's an awesome interview with Muhammad Ali. A white person told Muhammad Ali that something like his granddad's kids are older, they'll be better. But then when those kids got older, a white person told them, when your kids are older, they'll see better times. Then now Muhammad Ali is older, people tell him, when your kids grow up, there'll be better times ahead. And he says, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're tricking us. It's a trick. Like everything that's going on in the world at the minute, this is probably the biggest kind of stand the world has taken against racism. Does that mean it's going to stop here? Probably not.
To be a white boy, you're a rock star. White boy, in your cop car. White boy, you're untouchable. Nobody can tell me shit 'cause I'm a seems like the average lifespan of a white man is more than twice than a black lifespan. I wonder sometimes if it has a price scanner. I feel like checking out a life can escape this circumstance. I'd rather hear him say die inward than die inward. Ninja, now it's better disguised banter, but that's life. Strapped cause we're strapped financially and can't find answers. We're playing, but McDonald's seems to be the only franchise that'll hire, so how can we have higher standards? As Dallas overshadows the battle for Black Lives Matter. We fight back with violence, but acts like that. Black guys on the movement, which makes Black Lives Matter. At cops and cops matter, that's why it's at a stalemate and can't arrive at a compromise, so it's black ops. I wonder if we hire more black cops, the crap stops. The block is our backyards, officers not the crack spot. Call the attack dogs.
Yeah, this is where we live. This is our neighbourhood. This is our backyard. It's not the crack spot. Not we hanging out. This is our neighbourhood. This is where we live. Not everywhere has to be a crack spot. Not every black male has to be a crack fiend. Not every or a criminal.
Us man, you always act all pissed off, but instead of traffic stop. Bad cops, fuck it up for the good cops, and man, stop sending white cops in the black neighborhoods.
Do you know what it is I was going to say when I was talking about the Muhammad Ali bit about it's a trick? You've been tricked. I have been tricked. Crooked Eye and Royce the 5'9" have got the song It's a Trick.
You've been tricked into thinking your amendments really matter.
And now here he is.
Acclimated to him, like that's the way to do it. Who's seen some fucking videos of rappers waving guns? Ain't know nobody black, so they act afraid of us. And that's racism. The fear that a black face gives them. A self-conscious racist. Wait, why are there black neighborhoods? Cause America segregated us, designated us to an area, separated us, sectionated us when we tear it up. The only time attention's paid to us, and education sucks, and every day's a nut. The Freddy break for us, a levy breaks a fuss. Why is it they treat us like trialing? We just want us.
And I guess he's from Detroit. Like there, Mr. Porter. He's grown up with Mr. Porter. Now, a lot of people don't like Eminem because they're saying even Eminem has got white privilege. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but now as Eminem, the rap star, yes, he probably does. And when he first came up, and Dr. Dre signed him, to him to be the first like hip hop person on the front of Rolling Stones, etc. Yeah, that's probably white privilege, because they could have done that for plenty of other rappers before and didn't. That being said, Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers, growing up as a kid in Detroit, Mr. Porter is a friend, all these other Proof is his friend, all these other black people as his friends. Do you think white privilege worked then? That's a genuine question. It'd be interesting to find out, because I don't think it would have been. It then becomes a class system. He's in the same working class area. He's in the same working neighbourhood. He's still got to do how he has the same struggles. He's still trying to get money to pay his way. Joe Budden said it best. Eminem might not know he's white. He might not know. The insight Eminem has got into how black lives are and how black people live and how police treat black people. You find another white man who can decipher it like this, you'd find it hard.
They treat us like trialing. We just want a safe environment for our kids, but can't escape the sirens. Don't take a scientist to see our violent nature lies in the poverty that we face, so the crime rates the highest in the lowest classes. It's like a razor wire fence and you're trapped in these racial biases that plague our society, which makes our anxiety levels raise every time we see a devil's face. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, it's more than really clubs and gas, and we really love it when you think we're guilty cause we're black. But you kill each other, facts, you fill each other's gaps for silly stuff like hats. Single mothers struggling through substance abuse while people with nothing to lose shoot each other for shoes. Fuck your Republican views, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. What the fuck are the boots? And streets act as a narrative. Don't gotta read comics or be that into characters. Just to see that, just to be black, you better be strapped with a Derringer or be Captain America like Steve Rogers. Cause no one
Captain America. Steve Rogers is Captain America, but capped in America. Now, if you've not seen it, I forget his name. It's gonna do my head in. I don't know it, but here's his name. On a Duppy freestyle on Grime Daily, he says the same thing. He does a whole superhero scheme and he says,
You don't have to be a Black Panther to get Captain America. Hey.
I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out. It's fire.
don't gotta read comics or be that into characters. Just to see that, just to be black, you better be strapped with a Derringer or be Captain America like Steve Rogers. Cause no one oversees these cops and all we see is some beat charges. We done seen them beat Rodney King unconscious and got off. So we don't need all you crooked police officers' peace offerings.
Really, the Rodney King one, I know like that was a big one at the time, but yes, there was massive riots at the time in LA, I think it was. But the Rodney King one is something that should have been how it is now, globally. I don't know if it was, I can't remember, I just remember it being riots in America. And yes, I know social media wasn't a thing, so you couldn't kind of spread the word as well and get video footage of things that were going on. But how do you, I'm not going to get into it, but I don't know how the police got off with that, that's insane.
Just keep marching till we reach Congress. But they're gonna say you're trying to take an irrational stance if you try to slander the flag. But somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb, so they call it a Kaepernick tantrum if you don't stand for the national anthem. We praise it, you better praise it, and you'll be made to feel like a traitor.
Colin Kaepernick as well. Here's the thing. The Black Lives Matter protest at the minute, a little part of me thinks you've got these big companies now saying, yeah, we stand with Black Lives Matter. My issue is, fair play, you're doing it now, but you're being reactive, not proactive. The Colin Kaepernick thing, the NFL now is saying, oh yeah, we apologise, we should have, been Black Lives Matter before, and we should have helped these black football players. Yeah, where were you, what was it, 3-4 years ago with Colin Kaepernick? You left him out to dry. And now you're being reactive because the whole world is on, well, I'm going to say the whole world, but a lot of countries in the world are getting involved. So now these big corporations have to do, we're showing solidarity. We should have, thinking back. And I know you can't live in the past all the time and you need to be able to move forward at one point, but a little part of me doesn't believe these big corporations. But you make your own mind up.
Has to be the sacrificial lamb, so they call it a Kaepernick tantrum if you don't stand for the national anthem. We praise it, you better praise it, and you'll be made to feel like a traitor will. Treat you like Rodney Dangerfield, home of the bravest still, Razorsville. So this whole nation feels like a plantation field in a country that claims that its foundation was based on United States ideals that had its natives killed. Got you singing this star-spangled spiel to a piece of cloth that represents a land of the free that made people slaves to build.
Wow, okay. That one is a deep one. I don't like getting too politically into things. Racism's different. They're kind of intertwined. Because there's so much politics being played throughout countries and government systems that perpetuate that kind of racist oppression cycle that's going on within the country. So you have to kind of put the two together, but politics, you just end up like this for people. Like I say, Eminem, from a white person's point of view, can speak about this very well. And I'll tell you another thing, Joyner Lucas said it best when he said, saying all lives matter is a protest to our protest. That's what you're doing. Educate yourselves, please, before you say all lives matter. Black lives matter do not mean black lives only matter. It means they matter as well. Just think about it. Stop trying to just... This is what I mean, everyone just wants to get their back up and say, well, what about me, what about me, what about me? So let's not get into it anymore. We're going to leave it there today. If you're new to this channel, think about pressing the subscribe button. Other than that, go on Twitter, follow me on there, and you can request songs in there as well. My name's been Max. This has been The Rap Sheet. Thanks for watching. One love. Peace. Stay safe. Never untouchable.